Hello, coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest developing stories. We start with Raphinha, as it has been reported that Barcelona trust the 26-year-old forward for the future amidst Chelsea and Newcastle interest. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Secondly, talking on this injury update, as it have been reported that Pedri is fit to face Real Madrid on Sunday, whereas Ousmane Dembele is being ruled out of that clash. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into the full story, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Transfer market specialist Fabrizio Romano has affirmed that Barcelona forward Raphinha is certainly in the good books of the club, and the management trusts him for the present and also for the future. Given the current state of finances, Barcelona have been forced to take extreme measures in order to comply with the growing wage bill and the financial fair play order. This potentially includes future sales of those who can bring in big money to the club. One name that has popped out in recent times is Raphinha, who only joined Barcelona last summer. The Brazil international, after a rather slow start, I would say, has settled so well within the first team recently, having scored two winning goals in each of Barcelona's last two outings. Regardless of his performance, however, Barcelona is aware of the fact that the 26-year-old remains one of their biggest cash cows. This made the likes of Chelsea and Newcastle United extremely attentive to his situation. Fabrizio Romano, though, has confirmed that Barcelona are extremely happy with the player, and although uncertainty regarding their financial fair play status remains, Raphinha is expected to be a Barcelona player as he himself loves the club. There are some reports circulating about Chelsea and Newcastle wanting to sign Raphinha, Fabrizio Romano wrote on Cut-Off Side. I'm sure Barcelona are very happy with Raphinha, so again, let's see what happens with financial fair play. But Barca want to trust Raphinha for the present and future, and he loves the clubs too, he added. From a sporting perspective, parting ways with Raphinha makes absolutely no sense as he, even if Ousmane Dembele comes back from injury and reclaims his starting position, Raphinha continued to remain a vital member of the roster. As far as finances are concerned, the story changes altogether, mostly because both Chelsea and Newcastle United are capable of splashing the generous amounts. The Premier League duo is in the midst of a heavy rebuilding project, and Raphinha is truly capable of being the key. At the moment, however, Barcelona do not intend to sell Raphinha, regardless of the fact that they need to bring in at least 150 million euros by June. Of course, just to ensure that we comply with La Liga's wage bill rules. Of course, Raphinha has been one of the most informed players, to be honest, and I think he's one of the key players that we have. This guy started the season so poorly, I'll be honest with myself, because not many Barca fans were expecting him to play that way. But we started seeing the desire of Raphinha to improve. And there was even a moment in time we quite remember when Xavi Hernandez was benching Raphinha and Dembele was the one playing nearly all matches. Raphinha plays very few minutes. But things have taken a drastic change. Of course, we understand that the fact that Ousmane Dembele is out injured has given Raphinha that leeway to enjoy more game time. But needless to say, Raphinha have been, so crucial for this team. The last two games against Valencia and against Athletic Club last Sunday, Raphinha scored us the winner. All of those games ended 1-0. And this is not the first time or the second time he has been scoring the winner. We quite remember against Osasuna, he scored a winner. I mean, he has been crucial, honestly. And the rumors that were circulating earlier saying that Barca could sell him, Barca see him as one of the sellable assets amid pressure from financial fair play. We all know that Barca are under hot pressure to sell some high valued players just to ensure that they may be able to sign or they may be able to comply with the financial fair play situation and signed some few key players to strengthen the squad. But Raphinha, from what Fabrizio Romano have just said, might be that player that have been ruled out for such possibility. And I definitely think it makes no sense if Raphinha was to be sold. Absolutely no sense. This is a guy that many top clubs in Europe need this kind of player. We saw how last summer Chelsea and other top clubs were showing strong interest in Raphinha until what happened? Barca hijacked the move from Chelsea. So Raphinha is a hot cake, and definitely you can't play with such players. I think he should be listed as a non-transferable player alongside the Frankie de Jongs and all the rest who continue to be the key players of the team, Pedri, Usman Dembele, and so on and so forth. I definitely think that Raphinha has improved a lot, and I think there is a lot that we need to watch from this guy. Next season, it's going to be a big mistake. That is why I'm happy with the report from Fabrizio, because selling him, we might don't know what might come. He might be the most important player for us because he's still trying to study the environment. He's just 26 years old. He have played but for the Premier League. And of course, we know the history of Brazilians in Barca and even Real Madrid. They always do well. So I don't have any doubts of Raphinha. He might not have that dribbling skills like Neymar, but I think he's very important. Then on to the next story of discussion. In a major positive update for Barcelona, midfield prodigy is fully fit to face Real Madrid. I'm talking about Pedri. In the weekend's El Clasico, according to RAC1. However, Usman Dembele has been ruled out of that La Liga encounter. Pedri had picked up a hamstring injury during Barca's UEFA Europa League playoff first leg tie against Manchester United, and has gone on to miss several important matches, including the reverse fixture against the Red Devils, as well as the Copa del Rey semi-final clash against Real Madrid. But the 20-year-old sensation participated in part of the group training session earlier today and is now set to be fully fit and ready to face the reigning La Liga champions at the Camp Nou later this weekend. This comes as a huge boost for Barcelona, while they have racked up 3 wins in a row recently. The team have not looked the same without Pedri, with Xavi's side missing his guy and creativity from the middle of the pack. His return, thus ahead of the potential La Liga title decider against Real Madrid this weekend, comes as a huge boost to the league leaders. While Pedri will turn to the squad and is almost certain to start against Carlo Ancelotti's side, the same cannot be said about Ousmane Dembele. The Frenchman has been out of action for over 6 weeks now, even though it was initially expected that he might be sidelined for 4 to 5 weeks when he was injured against Girona in late January. His recovery has not gone at the expected pace, however, and the club medical staff do not wish to take any risk with him, given his past record with injuries. As a result, he will not take part in that Clasico and is penciled in the return after international break when Barca face Elche. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.